Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Tomura Shigaraki origin. Wait. Did we go over this? Oh, it's a two-parter. I mean, you know, for a villainous carrot. Yeah, Nick with the friggin' shirt. So yeah, you'd think that, you know, a character as character's complex as Shigaraki, you know, they wouldn't be able to fit his origin story into one episode, which seems to be the case. Shigaraki's rage is placed in the wrong area.
Once you pull this up on screen, I want to point out something funny.
Okay, well, let's actually put it up on screen now.
Look at that copy-pasted cloud right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of hard to ignore.
It's like the bird-shaped cloud, and then right above us, a smaller bird-shaped cloud that's just.
It's literally like a copy of they copy each other.
Like they took the bottom slashy cloud off the top, the bottom right where its tail would be, I guess.
Yeah, like I guess make it.
But other than that, that's the same fucking cloud.
It's literally verbatim, like one-to-one. Hell.
If I wasn't sitting here staring at it this long, I probably wouldn't have even caught it. It's like I was staring at the bottom, and I was like, "That looks like a bird." And I was like, and then there's a smaller bird right above it. It's the same fucking bird.
We got Tomura Shigaraki Origin episode 2 here. Let's go ahead and give it a watch, see what happens. Let's get to it.
I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Should have washed your hands, bro.
What was I supposed to do? Someone, I thought, anyone. Please tell me.
Are you okay? What's the matter, honey?
Oh!
I'm sure a hero or a police officer will be here soon. You'll see. I have to go or else I'll be late to work. Bye now.
This society is overflowing with heroes. One should have helped me. If anyone had reached out. Anyone at all. Then maybe the itching would have stopped.
You've such an urge to destroy that it's impossible for you to control it or keep it below the surface. You don't have to endure that. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
This is our street, brat!
What do you want to do?
Those guys who hit me. I want to kill them. And I can't hold back much longer.
You will carry your family close to your flesh to ensure that those feelings never fade.
Talk about creepy, you're asking to get beat!
Now that his memories are buried, he's become unstable, led only by his emotions. He feels uneasy. Observe, he's subconsciously keeping his quirk in check. He will be the symbol of fear that craves destruction. Already he has taken the first grand step toward greatness. You are like a newborn being introduced to the world. We'll leave the shell of your old life behind. Show me who you are. Tomura Shigaraki. From Tomura, a verb that means to mourn. You are the one who will cause this world to grieve.
What about Shigaraki?
My last name, of course.
Oh.
Watching Mother and the others crumble away made my heart lighter. It wasn't a tragedy. I don't need a future. I just want the League to live however we want to. These are no longer necessary.
Also, that's the thing. Now he remembers the full extent of his powers because he wasn't touching his mother when he killed her.
I understand how fun it is to destroy something you hate, but that's not happening here.
I was called to liberate people, to carry out Destro's righteous will at all costs!
Yeah, that's not gonna help you much.
This is altogether different!
Seems like something is holding you back.
Bring Destro's dream to fruition. This is Detonaret's patented, bird-amplified steel pressure mechanism Claustro!
Bet that feels nice.
Don't get too close! He hasn't noticed us yet.
Try for a fight with him now. The League will be annihilated.
What are you doing, Joseph?
I was just about
Now
to
they can see the kitty, I bet.
Oh, there he is, yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's been liberated from everything. I see. That's what this throbbing in my chest is. Have to get outside his range.
Do not be afraid. Try thinking of it this way. All of it rests in your powerful hands. If you can meld both hate and joy in your heart, then you will be free.
Oh, God.
I had a feeling that was going to happen with Gigantomachia.
Destroy it all.
It's like he's just stopped and like looking on and all pretty much.
Destroy everything. That was it. Oh, my God.
Did your feet touch the
Kind of like Deku at this point, though. He's destroying himself using his quirk.
Must have cut them off to keep your body from disintegrating, huh?
Oh, damn.
Why were we fighting again? Oh, right, it's because you made us come out here.
Any more fighting would be pointless. This young man laughed off our history and bloodline, saying they were restricting me. I see it so clearly now. The Meta Liberation Army is now under your command.
Damn.
That's what I figured.
Same.
The successor.
If we'd worked with the Hasaikai, then maybe we'd be enjoying a fancy platter of sushi in a nicer room.
So tell me, you're the CEO of Detnerat, right? Which means that you're rich.
So now the League of Villains finally has funding behind them.
Tragedy
Yes.
struck a peaceful city. Criminals used a fake emergency to lure heroes to a faraway location so they could attack without fear of interference. The residents of Deka City banded together in resistance. The heroes joined the fray after realizing they'd been tricked. Eventually, all 20 members of the criminal group were killed. The heroes closed the case. The news
that's what they
reported
told
that
the general
Detnerat's
public
president
about
and
that.
CEO happened to be present in Deka City at the time of the attack.
Uh-huh.
He managed to survive, although he had to amputate both of his legs. Unfortunately, the incident left behind many mysteries.
We live to fight on. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Sushi.
You didn't actually.
This
do
is
much
what...
to
That,
help.
Oh, come on.
well, that's what he was talking about. He was just like, maybe if we teamed up with the Asaikai, we could have a nice room and some sushi.
Toga, please forgive me. But if you hadn't shared your blood with Toga, then right now other Toga would
Please
be...
stop babbling at that pic. I'm still alive and you're creeping me out.
Yeah, let's stop doing what other people don't like.
I thought your broken psyche got stitched back together, but you seem worse.
Yeah, sounds like there are more of you now. Guess trauma doesn't just vanish.
It's time. Calm.
Never does.
Bite me. We're still eating our sushi in here, you jerk.
Welcome and thank you for coming, Liberation Warriors.
Oh, there's Gigantomachia.
Destro. It is a pleasure to see you.
I thought all of Tomura's hands got busted while he was fighting.
Nah, one was still intact. It's a miracle the thing made it off that battlefield unscathed.
This is not me surrendering, my friends. It's me doing what's best for our cause. Tomura Shigaraki is truly free. The Metahuman Liberation Army and the League of Villains unite under a new name.
Oh, here we go, here we go!
The Paranormal Liberation Front.
Paranormal?
We got rid of the term villain and expanded on the whole meta angle to be a little more inclusive. The 9 people on stage are my lieutenants. We'll do what we want.
We do what we want.
Frost Guy is now one of his lieutenants. So
The
what I
white
was
hair.
talking about with my theory, it still could be either Dobby or Frost Guy, but I think one of them.
I think it's the Frost guy.
Is Endeavor's son that they thought was dead.
I think it's Frost guy.
I played your damn game, and I think I reached that minimum level you were talking about.
Yes. Your memory is back, and you've returned to your original self, quirk included.
I will grant you power. If you're sure that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what he wants, all right. See if there's an after credits or... Nope, just preview. Okay. So, damn. One more episode. We have one more ep in this season. And...
Not going to lie, I'm going to be kind of sad that we have to wait for the next part of this.
Well, thankfully, hopefully we don't have to wait that long.
This end part has really ramped things up a shit ton.
Yes, it has. And where we are right now...
You know what Micah was saying when we were reacting to this with him like the whole time?
What was
about the League of Villains and Shigaraki is like, they just... Like, the Shiei Saikai is like way better villains than they are.
Yes.
Like, you know, they're just so underpowered. Like, they're, like... It's like, they just... Like, what threat are they, basically, you know? And this is finally... Like, he's finally proven himself. He's upped his power, like, all at once, basically. And plus a ton of character building for the whole group. And just, they're a lot more respectable as, like, primary antagonists now than they were before.
Well, yeah, their growth as characters and in terms of their powers as well. I mean, the ones who have made the biggest stride are, of course, you know, Shigaraki, rediscovering the full extent of his abilities. You had Toga, who was basically just, had an awakening of her own in terms of what her powers are capable of. She just wasn't ready for it and basically overexpended herself. And then there's Twice, who basically has found out, hey, I'm the real me. I'm going to do my thing, and basically I'm going to, I can copy myself as many times as I want. Basically, they have an infinite army at their disposal now. May not be as powerful, but still, I mean... Still, a million bodies at your back.
And along with, like, an actual army of other... Like,
oh, yeah, and the Meta Liberation Army now, which is now the Paranormal.
Well. Like, they're quite the force to be reckoned with at this point, it looks like.
Oh, absolutely.
And, I mean, from the looks of things, I wouldn't guess that this series is really going to go on all that much longer.
Well, I mean...
Because they have set the stage for the... final battle, basically, with the end of the season.
We have the full list of players, and we have the ones who are at the top on both sides. You have, Redestro, you have Shigaraki, you have All For One, and then on the other side you have Endeavor, you have Todoroki, you have Bakugo, and you have Midoriya. And basically... And also you have Hawks as well, who's sort of playing like in between.
And really, like, Midoriya, like, is still not anywhere close to a level to be a primary leader of the protagonists.
Not yet.
Like, at this point, it almost feels like Shigaraki's power and character building has actually surpassed Deku's. Like, they did that in, like, the end of one season, like, what Deku's been building for fucking 5 seasons. So.
Well, again, I mean...
Or at least 4.5 seasons.
I mean, Shigaraki's powers, though, are, what he manifests is something that's truly powerful all on its own. Whereas Deku, where he was gifted one for all.
Oh, yeah. And then...
I mean,
basically, he's going to have to...
again, it's hard work.
Awaken those other quirks very quickly, if I had to guess.
I think he can do it.
There is a possibility, too, that it's going to be like... There's going to be one attempted uprising of the Meta Liberation Army that Hawks and Endeavor and all of the heroes together managed to put down.
Yeah.
But that's... a world-turning event that shows a lot of other people that were still sort of in the shadows exactly what could be possible if they all came together against those who were on the side that they don't really like. And then there's also still the dude from the end of the Selkie episode. The drugs that got run out of the country.
Yeah, that too.
And that could be a key component to setting up the last fight as well that we still haven't seen yet. So
because we
almost forgot about that.
Because we could basically see just the setup. That coming back into play would be tremendous. Mm-hmm. Because if the Meta Liberation Army got their hands on those, God have mercy, that'd be fucking terrifying.
Because imagine if they try that uprising that's coming up, it doesn't really work out, but it grabs the notice of whoever that guy is, and then he contacts them, and then they sort of jump another power level due to teaming up with that guy and having all the drugs and shit at their disposal.
Yeah.
You never know. It could go fucking crazy. Like we saw the bullet story about he couldn't copy those Hasaikai bullets yet, but
he's trying.
If that comes back, that's an even bigger problem.
And that's, I think, where, again, Eri was introduced, and Eri is sort of the counter to Shigaraki, because where Shigaraki can destroy, Eri can basically rewind and reset everything. And then
that could be it. She could end up being a major key to winning the whole thing as well.
And I think her, like, okay, I know her objective right now, her main objective of getting her powers under control is to rewind Mirio's body to where he's able to permeate again, where he's able to, like, use his powers again. That is her goal right now. Because he still can't use his powers, and that's a big card that's being left off the table, because Lemillion is a tremendous asset to have, and I really hope that he gets his powers back. I really do. But I guess we'll just have to see. Either way. What's up?
I was just checking a message I got.
Okay. So Mirio, if she's able to do that, I think that's going to be like the preface of like her being able to, step up in her own way and help Deku fight against Shigaraki. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Much like how she did with the leader of the Shiei Asaikai. I mean,
basically, like the way it's going right now, from what I've kind of heard, it doesn't sound like the series is going to be too much longer. But I'm still sort of crossing my fingers and hoping that they can manage to put together enough really cool ideas and story to squeeze another like 3 seasons out of this.
At least I can see at least 2 happening. I can say, especially if it's 26 episodes apiece.
I see it being very possible they could manage to end it in season 6.
They could if they rushed it, but I
wish that it would at least wait until season 7 to end, and 8 would be like, if this ends up being 8 seasons long, I think this would be a really great show. Like, because 8 seasons of this
from beginning to end,
would just be very, very nice. And it's not like Game of Thrones where they have as many side stories and things to tie up. So 8 would be a pretty good length for this, and if they can go longer, even better. But as long as it doesn't get so long that it starts to become just dumb and drawn out.
As long as we don't get to like Naruto or
like it doesn't need to be drawn out forever. But from what I've heard about it, I don't think that'll actually be the case.
I don't think so either.
I think the manga is either done or wrapping up very soon, from what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too. I've heard that it's very close to being wrapped up. Yeah. And in terms of where we are in terms of story, I could see them closing it up in 26 episodes or 25 or 26 episodes. Because that's usually what they do in a season whenever they release these. I would say if they had 50 more episodes or 52 more episodes, they could easily.
I don't know if people agree with me on this, though, but I would be cool with 2 more seasons just if they could pull kind of a Bleach, which is just fucking epic fight after epic fight per episode, because it's heroes and villains and they have these awesome powers, and just if you can push the fights to the most epic they could possibly get, you can go a full episode with a fight between 2 people. And that's kind of what Bleach did towards the end, and that's why, like, even though Bleach really petered out after that arc, I really did like the ending, because I was like, this is some of the most like epic fight scenes, like right after the other, like all this stuff going on at the same time. And I really did like that pacing to like an anime. I was like, if you're gonna do a shonen anime, like, why fucking not like get to that level before you end it? You know what I mean?
I think that is what they might do, because the truth is, with all of this, with everything that's going on, I think you're going to have a big fight every episode. Like it was with the Shiei Asaikai, like whenever they were going through their base and everything, and you had like Fat Gum and Red Riot versus those two guys, or you had like this group of heroes versus this guy, and you had Deku and Mirio versus versus the main guy, the Shiei guy.
And one other thing I will say too is, even though the League of Villains did get a big boost here, Shigaraki may be almost on the level of like a final villain by this point, and he's about to get another power burst, so that's why I say that. But also, Toga and Spinner, is that his name?
Which one?
Spinner, the lizard guy.
Oh, yeah.
Spanner, whatever his name is.
I forget.
But those two didn't really, they haven't really been developed to a final villain group levels either, in my opinion, yet.
Wait, Toga? You mean Blood Girl?
Yeah.
Well, no, she got some development in this because...
She nearly got killed, though.
But in truth, she had an awakening about her power.
Yeah.
And in truth, I think she wasn't ready for that. And I think if she's given enough time to develop that, she will become even more of a...
Well, I guess she may be, like, now that once she recovers from her injury, she may be on that level to this point.
Whereas Lizard Man, or as the Lizard Guy, I mean...
He still kind of needs something.
I would say for him, he's probably maxed out. I would say he's probably going to pick up maybe some some equipment or something like that to help him. But
I mean, even the magician dude too.
Well, he's already still got like a lot to him. Yeah. One-on-one fights, he can literally just like turn half of you into one of those marbles and you're dead.
Unless him and Lizard Guy are literally getting put at the bottom rung, like the fodder level, like boss fight guys, like then they need something else too.
I would say, I could actually say like probably one of the ones that he would do
especially with him missing an arm now, like they both need a little something to boost them up to the same level as the rest of their friends.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably say putting him up against what's his name? Grape on the head. I forget.
Mineta?
Mineta, yeah. I think him versus Mineta, where Mineta is sort of like that joke character or that lower rung kind of character.
Yeah.
I could see those two having a fight, and then he like gets him stuck to a wall, and he's just like, "Ha, you think this is gonna stop me?" And then he like sheds his skin, and then Mineta's just like, "Oh, that's gross! Oh god!"
Also, the whole theme of the heroes this whole time has also sort of been an emphasis on not necessarily just becoming powerful in their own right, but teamwork. So that may be the whole thing, is the villains are going to become powerful enough that each one of them on their own is going to require a team of heroes to take them down.
Maybe.
And that's why the final battle will be like Midoriya plus probably like Ochako and Ingenium, like Bakugo, like a few of like his friends in a group will probably end up having to take down Shigaraki rather than just a Shigaraki versus Midoriya, if I had to guess.
I don't know. I think where Midoriya is unlocking more and more of those powers and he's getting more and more experience with them, I'm thinking here over the next season he's going to have those awakenings and he's going to discover like the true origins of One for All. That's what I'm thinking anyway. All right. Well, we got to move on, everyone. We got another show to get to. So hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully we will see you all in the next one. This was My Hero Academia, episode 24 of season 8 or season 8. Ugh. Here we are talking about all these future seasons. Season 5. Sorry. And hopefully we will see you all in the next one. So I guess until then, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody.